Okay, first of all, thanks to Kushlani and Avi for a great session. I loved how they spoke about empathy and empowerment, which is something that we will talk about during the session. Um, Anywho, let's start with it. So, welcome to our talk, the Ment model. I'll straight away clear this out. It's like a Venn diagram for mentor and mentee, right? This is something that we've worked on practically for quite some time and are looking to build it in a more detailed manner, discussing which communities offer mentorship and which ones can use it in what manner, right? So there are different communities, different sizes, different interests, and it's not straightforward that if a mentorship mentee model will work for them, but we are looking to expand on the idea because mentorship is something that adds a lot of value. And yeah, I would love it if you ask us a lot of questions because this will help us make it better. We want to expand in each and every aspect of what this model can create for different communities. Yep, next slide. All right, so I'll just give my introduction. I'm Pranshu. I am a community and events manager at Craft CMS. We're a headless CMS. I've been building communities for over 5-6 years, and yeah, I guess that's about it. You can hit me up anytime. And yeah.
Yeah, and hi, I'm Shahbaz, a developer advocate at Magic, and I, along with Pranshu, building the community for so long time, and looking forward to share more. So yeah.
Awesome.
I think this is my slides. So yeah, what to
Yes.
expect from this talk? So I am pretty sure Pranshu has give it away what to expect from it. So this is no means a standardized process right now. So we would love your feedback, your questions to improve it. So we will see like what to expect from this talk, right? So we will talk about where it started and how did it shape the model and who is it for and what is like how you adapt it and what are the wins we have seen. So it all started. I'm not sure if you can recognize us, but yeah, that is Pranshu and that is me in the red circle. We met at MakerFest 2017 representing our local communities. By that time, I was representing Mozilla Rajasthan and then later on move on to represent Mozilla Jharkhand. And at the same time, Pranshu was representing Mozilla Gujarat, which is what at that time, like somewhat around 6 to 8 people actively working with it. So yeah, that's how we met. And how did it take shape? That was the first time we met in person. Before that, we were meeting online and having discussions. But it all take the shape from the activities we did together. We have a lot of hackathons organized together. We joined multiple video calls after that meeting because we have learned from each other from like peer-to-peer network, and we were like free and open sharing. This is like it's not a one-way communication. We were like
Right.
open to what it was. So yeah, Pranshu, like feel free to jump in if you want to add
Sure.
more stuff here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like it was no means it was one way sharing. I was a mentor to Pranshu, and I never felt that like I am the one who is constantly giving back, giving feedback to Pranshu. I was so open to get the feedback. So having a constant feedback is very much needed, but at the same time you need to be open to get those feedback and receive those feedback, right?
Right. And yeah, free and open sharing matters here a lot because not for a single moment I thought that, you were my mentor or, you were my mentee. But we would call for 50, we would take a call for 15 minutes and it would go on for 45 minutes, 1 hour, because we were so open to talking about what's going on with life, with jobs, with studies, with different frameworks, and just giving each other feedback about Shabaz's content, my online presence. So it helped us take a look at things from a more different perspective, because
Yeah.
yeah, good.
Yeah, exactly. And what we are trying to say is here is that there is no hierarchical structure, which is what you will see when we share our structure of the Mint model, how it is structured. So before this, like, all the mentor mentee model has like a lot of hurdles. You have heard about these hurdles for sure, and this is what we have come across, and we have tried to solve it. That the mentor is not approachable. This is very common, right? And mentees are anxious to take step. As a mentor, you share with your mentees that, hey, uh, you reached out to us with your queries, these are the steps you should take it. But again, there is no consistent touch between every node. So we will explain what every node means later in the talk. And in no means these are the only hurdles. There is a lot to come, and we are you know much more to come for the hurdles, and we are here to explore and see what those hurdles would be. And this is where the Mint model structure looks like. There is a mentor and a mentee, as you have heard about, like, guessed from the Ment word, which is a combination of mentor and mentee. Who should be the mentor? Ideally, someone who has experience with the program, someone who is very open to the idea of teaching somebody, not restricted to technology. So in no means it has to be the tech mentor, or who is someone who could teach you code, but it could be anyone giving feedback. As Pranshu said, we had like 15 minutes call scheduled, but went on to for a 45 minutes to 1 hour long, sharing feedbacks on life, jobs, perspective, online presence, lot more. And note, important, this is very important, to have an altruistic approach to this, caring for someone, happy, you need to be happy for someone's win. You need to grow together, learn together. And mentee should only have the eagerness to learn something. So yeah, Pranshu, do you want to add something here?
Yeah, I guess that's the only requirement. You should be eager to learn. I mean, uh, as a mentee, you can do a lot of things, but if you're just eager to learn, if you're just open to admitting mistakes, making mistakes, and learning from them, you're literally gold. Because I've seen this with a lot of mentorship programs where people have their vested interests, but it's always uh, it's always fruitful for both the mentor and the mentee to have a more altruistic approach about this, uh, because it's about winning with the community. It's about growing together, right? And this model itself, it's for everybody and anybody who wants to learn and grow, even for the mentor. I mean, I have mentored a lot of students, professionals, and you know it's not just that I am teaching them something. A lot of times they teach me, different approaches, the value of something, and how uh, people approach different situations, because it's really important. Yeah, go ahead, Shabazz.
Yeah. So yeah, as we said about the node, this is what the structure looks like. It's a very loose structure. There is a mentor. Every mentees is connected to it. You have seen that, in a pyramid model as well. But what is unique here is that every mentee has their own mentee, and we are not calling them as a mentor right now, because mentee has the essence of mentor, the teachings of mentor. And when the mentor is not available, mentees can reach out to the adjacent, the first node mentees, and which is again, we are preparing those mentees to become the mentor themselves, which in terms, not the chain, network, like, there's a chain of mentees, but mentees can ask each other. As you can see in the left side of it, mentees can ask each other. So yeah, this is what the structure right now worked for us, and we feel that it has to be very loose, just in say that to avoid those hurdles, mentors not reachable, At times we felt that like what we share with mentees might not give the the exact output, but mentees sharing each other, which again has the the learnings from the mentor, has resulted very well. So yeah, and when we share our wins, you would see how that works together, and Pranshu would tell more about the structure in detail. So and then comes the recognition, which is very very popular in any of the model you see. So recognition is by far the best thing when you get involved with a community or any of the program. So you have seen the typical recognition, how it looks like. You have the swags, you have the online presence, you get featured on someone's website, someone's calls your name. For example, Mozilla has a credit page. When you see the credit, like mozilla.org/credits, you'll see the list names of the contributors who contributed to Mozilla program. So these sort of recognition exists. This is really great, and we are in no means saying that shouldn't be there. We encourage that that has to be there. But apart from that, what we felt that recognition should go beyond getting swags and the basic stuff. So sharing your wins as a collective member, as to a collective group, is also a recognition. When you share your wins, what you have come across, when you do collaboration with appreciation, which is about when you apply for a job, how you get help from each other. The mentees and mentors help you get those job, and that is what the validation from the industry comes. We somehow prepare you for the industry, and through that journey, you because this is in no means because the program, the mentor and mentee, is also someone, or mentee or mentor, is working in the industry, so they have a better vision what's working in the industry, and they can bring those learnings to the to the mentee, right?
Right. Yeah.
Pransh?
And yeah, and we have a lot of swags in our ecosystem. Like each and every DevRel or community manager knows how much swags just revolves around everywhere. Like it's just it's just material gain. But in the end, when a mentee or a community member really talks about value of being in a community, in a sense where they were helped professionally, where they were helped directly from the industry to get into an industry, because that's what happened to me. I wasn't a community manager, or I wasn't even thinking about being a community manager in the future, but doing this helped me evolve into the community manager I am right now. And I think that that's the same for everybody who has been involved in this journey with us, because we are open to connecting people. We are open to just helping people with whatever problems they are. And when we go to the wins, we'll probably share more about even if it's not your industry, how can you help
Yeah,
somebody like that. Yeah.
definitely. So talking about the adaptation, like who are you? A community of any size. You can work with this model for any size you mean to, but it's a process to roll it out to how big. You have seen this for we have seen this for Mozilla and the reps program, which is a community of nearly 230 reps who are representing Mozilla, who are building their local communities. Pranshu has done it like for a smaller community with only 7 to 8 people and building a chain of mentorship. MLH, Major League Hacking, does mentorship for their new coaches, and this simply creates a one-on-one value chain for what you are building instead of focusing on a product. Why do you need it? Because you care for your community. As simple as that. We have seen different effects on different mentees, and the ones who are open to learning from a peer, and we love that process. What do you need it for? Because you want to upgrade your mentees, because you want to create a busy network of your reps, ambassadors, devs, coaches, whatever it may be, whatever you want to call it. This helps everyone build in public and private, since it's an altruistic process. Creating an empathy build community will help everyone build better relationship. with each other and empower each other. And when should you do it? You do it for when your community is too big. This helps you create a purposeful community, a truly global community with a lot of interconnected activities, contributions, and projects. And also, when your community is too small, you do it anyway. This helps you build leaders of tomorrow in their respective fields, right? And when you do it, it's important to understand the need for it. This works better when you are building value for your community, which in turn helps you build a great and empowered community. And talking about wins, what we were saying, we have, yeah, Pranshu, go ahead.
Right. Right. So when we talk about wins, I genuinely do not want to take credit for any of these wins. It's like I said, it's an altruistic process which helps us build not just as mentors or mentees. It helps us be connections for life, because these are the people who have gone to do a lot of things in life. So let's say Harshal, right? So I met Harshal in third year, in his first event with Mozilla, and you know, he initially did not know about DevRel, but he has become a junior developer advocate, and this only happened because we were open to sharing, we were open to building, and he's done a great ton of projects, and a lot of them are where he did it by himself. He picked his own mentees from the community and led them to building those, right? So this is a great Herschel is a great example of uh, how do you learn from another person, because Herschel has always been a sponge, and you give something to him and he picks it up, right? Same for Shaina. I mean, uh, with China, I would say that she has grown immensely in the community, because she works in a field which is not related to what any of us do. Shahbaz Bhai or I, she's a data analyst. And even then, she could make a few career decisions. She could, build in the community, with the community. I have started a program with China around healthier AI. So I handle the community part, she handles the AI part, right? Then we have Devansh, another person who we have, we are not in the industry with. He's a designer, he's a product designer, and like that mentorship has led him to ask us, or us sharing our experience with Devansh for merely sharing our experiences to make the right decision that suits him, not us. So we are not talking about a process which works just for us, but also a tailor-made solution that helps the mentee themselves. Last but not the least, Fenil Shah. Now, Fenil Shah is not a direct mentee of both of us, right? He's a mentee of a mentee. Like we mentioned in the structure, that these mentees also go on to create mentees, right? These mentees go on to learn from our mentees, from the values that we impart to them. And for Fenil, it has worked greatly, because nobody in our community was a cybersecurity expert. Nobody in our community of 7 8 people was a cybersecurity expert, but he's gone to do wonderful things. Even as a student, he's in the GitHub stream team and does a lot of streams on cybersecurity. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, this structure, this open and loose structure, helps knowledge sharing from everywhere, right? Like, I have paid Harshil and Fenil for calls. I have paid Shana and Fenil for calls, and all of these calls bring out different perspectives, bring out different ideas to approach a single thing. And I believe that it is unprecedented how an altruistic approach can create a value chain, so great. Yeah.
Yeah, and these are not just wins. We have like a lot more in the pipeline, and we would love to share that as well. And yeah, and the next would be is the biggest win of all is to prepare everyone for the industry. Like we are so ready, right? So yeah, and these are the ways to connect with us. Like if you have your terminal running, just run your npx with our usernames, and these are like mostly the Twitter handles. So again, a shout out to Pranshu because he's having like 101-degree fever right now, but he's here with us. And for this and everyone in DevRelCon Tokyo, thank you for having us and talking about the Mint model. I hope you would be implementing these in your community and will be sharing what your experience are. So yeah, we would be open for questions now.